think it's clear to say that you should consider dating me. I'm a great candidate. I've been saving into my pension since I was 17 years old. That car out there, yes, that's mine. I learned to drive myself like most people don't nowadays. Those chads out there, they don't know what they're on about. And no, I don't have a degree, but I'm pretty good at anything to do with debating on the internet. I get most of my knowledge from Reddit. And I've noticed that you haven't actually opened up the e-cards I sent you, where I sent you lots of loving notes telling you how beautiful you are. Just wondering, is everything okay here? Because on my end, everything's perfect. And before my moustache completely falls off my face, my name's Anna. Stay tuned for the video. The theme for today's video is talking about mistakes that nice guys make, the things that they do that truly turn women off. Number 1 is complimenting a woman way too much. Perhaps you're brand new to this channel. If you are, hey, welcome, consider subscribing, it's pretty awesome around here. But if you are not, you already know my take on giving ladies compliments and how easy, very easy it is for a guy to say something thinking that it's a compliment when it turns out you've just offended her or you've just turned her off completely. So if said in the wrong way, it can really mess up the attraction that you are trying to build. Now, the reason why nice guys get compliments wrong is because they depend on a lady's appearance. But just talking about how amazing a lady looks comes across needy and as if you're just out to get one thing. So nice guys are the type of people that endlessly tell girls how beautiful they are, which comes across desperate and very shallow. And we should know by now, the best compliment to give a lady is something that, she's worked towards, something she has invested in. Because you've got to remember, just because someone is beautiful and they won the lottery with their good looks when they were born, doesn't mean that they don't hear a compliment from other guys every single day, and she probably doesn't even care for it. So instead, you've got to say something unique and show the lady that you are giving her a compliment based on how she dresses, her car, yada yada, something that she's actually put time into learning. Buying her gifts. Gift buying is truly amazing, especially for birthdays, Christmas, and that random little gift every now and then. But specifically, if a lady has the receiving gifts as their love language, and if you are interested in learning more about love languages, well, check out the book by Gary Chapman. I even have it as an audiobook stored on my Audible account. And if you want to know more, well, the link is in the description box below. Now, a nice guy chooses to shower girls with gifts and favors to manipulate her into liking him much more. Now, deep down, he thinks that he is showing how expensive he is by taking her to fancy restaurants and buying her lots of expensive gifts and doing lots of things for her, as if she's going to turn around all of a sudden and think, oh my gosh, I didn't like him yesterday, but he bought me a new Pandora charm bracelet today, took me out for lunch for dinner, and he sent me £150,000. I love him. Now, this can work in some cases, especially if you happen to be a nice guy and you are trying to attract a gold digger, where she will essentially just use you for the value of gifts. However, the average high value lady, when she receives lots and lots of expensive gifts, well, she is going to realize straight on that it's a sign of manipulation. And this is where nice guys get it wrong. It loses that integral value of something romantic and a nice gift because a woman just feels forced to actually talk to the guy, begging for her to like him. And I get it, nice guys, they feel that if you just tell her how much you really want to date, proclaim it, from the streets, tag her in lots of things on Facebook, she might come around to the idea that it's a good idea. I understand that, but it doesn't work. It never has worked and it never will. And it shows that this guy is pathetic and very desperate, and she will most definitely lose interest and respect if he cannot handle the word no. Investing into her life way too much. A nice guy feels that they have to completely merge themselves with a lady. They try to become part of her life, quite literally. He may call her several times throughout the day, continuously send her gifts in the post, or constant messages up on Facebook Messenger, tags her in things, follows her physically around, and always happens to appear on her lunch break. and then tries to hang out when she hangs out with her friends. Now, it's a huge mistake because it doesn't allow any individuality to form in a relationship, and obviously it's pretty creepy. Most nice guys don't get past the friend zone stage. So if you happen to feel like you see this lady around a lot and there happens to be the same guy behind her as she's getting coffee every single day, it's a fact that he's a nice guy and most definitely stalking her. Now, most nice guys are codependent, and having this trait is not attractive, especially if they feel they have to always show up so that this lady can see them for them again to just fall head over heels. Bragging. This is a typical thing that you will see on the internet. A guy wearing a fedora swinging around a katana, bragging about his finances, his knowledge, or something that only he has access to, such as like a VIP access to a public event or unlimited first download of a new PlayStation game. A nice guy seems to think that he can impress a lady with his knowledge and finances, and so much that they just swoon over him, and then immediately, boom, they are in a relationship. Now, the reason that guys do this is because, well, they have a lack of substance in their personality. So the guy is overcompensating what he can actually provide to the relationship because he doesn't feel he has any self-worth or anything actually worth giving to the lady. The reason that this is a mistake, it's quite simple. Nice guys depend on logic building attraction. Now, this is not how a lady works. They may feel that they have to brag about their finances, their job position, about how much money they make, how much knowledge they have. I don't know, it could be something really small. But the point here is that a woman is an emotional creature. She doesn't care for logic building attraction. She doesn't really give a damn what car you drive, unless, of course, it's the gold digger. Ladies are attracted to a high value personality, but most importantly, how a guy makes her feel. If she doesn't feel comfortable or attracted, well, there's no relationship. And by offering a very black and white logic building approach, that doesn't build any attraction. Too much, too soon, and too often. A nice guy is someone that does not have any high value traits to their personality, which is kind of sad. They haven't started their self-development journey, and they probably don't think that they even have to improve their life in the slightest, and that therapy is a waste of time. Common traits of a nice guy is falling so hard in love with a lady almost instantly and so passionately. Nice guys are those that possibly say, look, we've been together now 3 weeks and it's very obvious that we are going to be together for the rest of our lives. So we may as well just speed up the process, get the kids in order, let's go off birth control. Let's get a marriage sorted and let's get a house as soon as possible. Now, yeah, it's a great thing to see a long-term goal and just speed things up when things feel great and comfortable, but there's no rush, and a nice guy doesn't understand that, so they don't want to take things slow because they don't have standards or patience or respect for another lady, and they are the type of guy to propose under a year, and they will definitely say I love you within a couple of weeks or months. They could probably even argue with the pros of this and say that they are being super polite and they are just being honest about their feelings. But really, you go and don't ask a normal therapist, ask a therapist in training. They will tell you that if a guy proposes in under a year and says that they love someone in less than 4 weeks, it's someone that is very codependent. Always apologizing. One of the creepiest things that a nice guy can do is overly apologize. He could give his opinion on something, he could touch a girl or maybe attempt to touch her, like a little hug, a little squeeze, and then he apologizes profusely for doing so. They probably say things such as, I'm so sorry that I told you that I liked you. I just can't help myself. You're so beautiful, and I'm so sorry that I touched your lower back during the office time, which is resulting in this HR compliance complaint that we're sat in right now. I just couldn't help myself. You're so gorgeous. They apologize a lot of the time because they are sensing that a girl feels uncomfortable. Therefore, they feel if they just apologize, it removes any of that awkwardness that just happened and things go back to normal so he doesn't lose the girl's interest. Now, it could be he is sensing that she feels uncomfortable, or it's just a perceived perception that she is uncomfortable. So he will definitely, most definitely overcompensate because he always feels like he's done something wrong that could affect the attraction of the lady. And really, this shows a submissive side that's too soft and too delicate, which is the complete opposite of what a lady finds attractive, and thus is the reason why this is a mistake. Making her decide seems to be a common thing that couples argue over which restaurant to go to or what type of food they should eat. However, what a girl really wants is the guy to take that dominance in the situation. She wants him, this doesn't happen, but this is the reason why we do this. She wants him to realize that she has declined the first two suggestions because she's in the mood for Italian food. So he should say, look, I know that you are fancying pizza and pasta right now, so let's go to this Italian restaurant. Or even say, I'm going to decide tonight so that you have no say because I just want everything to feel less pressured for you. I want to decide where we go so you can just eat and chill and have a good time. But a common trait for a nice guy is to leave every decision up to the girl so that she has to decide what happens, possibly on a date. She has to decide where they go on the date and maybe, which is sickening, she has to decide that they should actually start dating because he wouldn't even put himself out there to approach her. The reason that a lady doesn't want to always have to decide what to do is it's a form of being submissive. If the guy does not want to take the challenge, take that dominance and step up and say, this is what we're doing, blah, 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 well, she's not going to be building any attraction points for him. Therefore, this is a reason why nice guys are always friend-zoned. Chronically asking if she is okay. A nice guy's biggest fear is a girl losing attraction. So what is he gonna do? He's gonna overcompensate, buy her gifts to win her interest, spend all of his time with her, but annoyingly, ask her if she's feeling okay. A nice guy is very codependent, and that any slight difference of the tone in her voice or her body language, he is going to automatically assume it's her attraction levels dropping. So instead, to try and counteract this, he's going to ask how she is feeling, if she's okay, if he can get her anything, if there's anything that he can do. Now, to begin with, this is great when a guy offers this and we feel honored, but it gets creepy very, very quickly, and a woman starts to feel very uncomfortable after a while, which then turns naturally into the friend zone. Not sharing their true opinion. Nice guys are so scared to lose the interest of a lady that, well, they will keep up appearances and lie about pretty much anything and everything just so it feels as if they are impressing her. Some common examples is to agree with a girl to go to a restaurant to eat food that he doesn't really like, to hang out and watch films that he doesn't really like, and to attend concerts of bands that he doesn't really like. The reason they do this, it's a form of manipulation. They think that deep down, if they can get a girl to think, oh my gosh, we have so many things in common, they're absolutely amazing, well, that means that she will fall harder in love with him. But instead of having that natural resistance of two people being opposite but coming together in compromise, instead it's a case of he wants her to think that he is quite literally the prince in all of the Disney movies and they will have an amazing happily ever after. And it doesn't work because quite quickly the girl will realize what he is doing and then that's it, he is ghosted, or the woman just doesn't feel any attraction, therefore the guy gets friend zoned. I am fresh out of tips, but if you do want some more, then don't worry. There are some videos here next to my head. Go click on these because I really think you will like them. All you have to do now is tell me how much you enjoyed the video, give me a huge thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Stay safe, stay happy, bye bye.